Is there anybody turn in speech cards?
Bernie Thompson.
Amazing.
Bernie Thompson, 17292 Front Beach Road. I know that every one of us really wants to stop or slow down the outbreak of the coronavirus, and we're all just learning about it. You know, we don't know the facts. We're only collecting data points and trying to understand the facts. So I know every one of us, including you, Mr. Mayor, we all want the same thing. And I think I want to point out that we're going to have to deal with the outbreak one way or another, you know, and not all of these decisions are yours. In fact, very few of them are. We're either going to deal with the outbreak with incomes and resources and stores that are open with things on the shelves, or we're going to deal with the outbreak with no incomes, stores closed, and nothing on the shelves. And I certainly hope that it's the former. Regarding beach closures, I already know that the decision's been made. I know where we're going with this. I only want to point this out, and I'm not critical of any of you for what you're going to do today. I want to point out that there could be unintended consequences, or what Frederick Bastiat calls what is seen and what is unseen. I don't know if closing the beach actually removes the people. We all want the spring breakers to go home. And a lot of people think if we close the beach, that equals that we will remove them. But I'm not sure it does. I think maybe it just moves them, and I'm afraid it might move them closer to us. I talked to many of them today, and every single one of them told me that they were not going home. You know what they said they were going to do? Come to the restaurants, stay in the hotels, and go in our stores. And so I think when we close the beaches, I just want us to know, or to not be surprised if they end up next to us in the restaurants, in the stores, and if they pile on top of each other in the hotels. And I think we really have two choices here. Either leave it open for the next 12 days or close it. And by closing it, I'm afraid we may make the situation worse. But there is probably a third option. In 1974, when I was a boy, my father was stationed in Crete. And we went out to an island, put me in a rowboat, and it was Leprosy Island. And I said, Dad, what are those bones down in that hole? And he said they were from the last kids that didn't behave. They were from people who had leprosy. And I guess a third option could be what we really want. We want to remove these people, right? We could take Shell Island and turn it into Coronavirus Island, and maybe take Lee Sullivan and make him the marshal, and he could round them up and send them out there, and then we would get the infected people away from us rather than closer to us. But since we don't have time to make a motion and Lee hasn't agreed to be the marshal, we can't do that. But we all want the same thing, to slow down the rate of the contagion. And I'm just wondering if closing the beach will have the opposite effect. State parks are now open, and I wonder if they might just continue to move rather than remove themselves, and I hope they don't end up at the kiddie park. I'm just trying to point out unintended consequences. Thank you very much.
Thank you.